In a quiet town in southwestern Nigeria lived a young man named Tunde. Life had never been easy for him. His family lived in a small house with a rusted zinc roof that rattled loudly whenever the wind blew. When the rainy season came, water sometimes leaked through the ceiling and fell into buckets placed around the room. His father was a hard-working farmer, and his mother sold vegetables in the local market. They were not rich, but they were rich in values. From a young age, Tunde learned the meaning of responsibility. Before the sun rose, he would follow his father to the farm, carrying tools almost as big as he was. Then he would hurry to school, tired but determined. Sometimes he went to school hungry. Sometimes he wore the same uniform for many days. But his mother always reminded him of something important. "My son," she would say, "never measure success only with money. A good heart, a good wife, and good children are the greatest blessings God can give a man." Those words stayed in Tunde's heart. Years later, when he became a young man, he left his village and traveled to the city to search for a better life. The city was not welcoming. Finding work was difficult, and life was expensive. Tunde did many small jobs just to survive. Some days he washed cars. Other days he carried heavy goods in the market. Sometimes he helped construction workers mix cement under the hot sun. At night he returned to his tiny rented room, exhausted. There were many moments when he felt like giving up, but every night, before sleeping, he knelt down and prayed. "God," he whispered, "guide me and help me build a good life." One afternoon, while helping a friend in a small electronics repair shop, something unexpected happened. A young woman walked into the shop to repair her phone. Her name was Aisha. She spoke politely, smiled kindly, and treated everyone with respect. Something about her felt different. Over time, Tunde and Aisha began talking whenever she visited the shop. Their conversations grew into friendship, and their friendship slowly grew into love. One evening, Tunde gathered the courage to speak honestly. "Aisha," he said, "I must tell you the truth. I am still struggling in life. I am not rich. But if you become my wife, I promise I will work every day to give you and our future children a good life." Aisha looked at him and smiled gently. "Tunde," she replied, "wealth does not build a happy home. Character does. If we trust God and support each other, we will succeed." Soon after, they had a simple wedding ceremony. It was not luxurious. There were no expensive decorations, but there were sincere prayers, joyful laughter, and blessings from family and friends. And that was the beginning of their journey. Together, marriage brought new responsibilities. Life was still difficult. There were months when paying rent was a struggle. Some days they had to carefully manage every coin just to buy food. But their home was filled with something many rich homes lack. Peace. Tunde treated his wife with respect. He never shouted at her. He appreciated her efforts and always listened to her advice. When their first child was born, a baby boy, Tunde held the child in his arms and felt a powerful emotion he had never felt before. "This child is a gift from God," he whispered. Years later, they had 2 more children. Their small home became lively with laughter, bedtime, stories, and family prayers. Tunde always made one decision very clear in his life. His family would always come first. He worked harder than ever before, not because he wanted luxury, but because he wanted to give his family stability. And slowly, something beautiful began to happen. The owner of the electronics shop noticed Tunde's honesty and dedication. Customers trusted him. They returned again and again because they knew he was fair and hardworking. One day, the shop owner called him aside. "Tunde," he said, "you have proven yourself to be trustworthy. I want you to become my business partner." Tunde was shocked at the opportunity. Changed everything. The small shop expanded. Another branch opened, then another. For the first time in his life, Tunde was no longer struggling to survive. But success did not change him. He remained humble. Every night his family gathered together to pray and thank God. One evening, while watching the sunset outside their home, his eldest son asked him a question. "Daddy, how did you become successful?" Tunde smiled. "My son," he said, "true success begins when a man respects his wife, loves his children, and puts God at the center of his home." He looked at Aisha and added softly, "A good family is the greatest blessing a man can receive." And in that moment, Tunde realized something important. The struggles of his past were not obstacles. They were the path that led him to the greatest treasure of all.
Please subscribe, follow, like and share for more beautiful stories.